grocery bag. Baby, how's Dick staying perched up on his balls like that?
So guys, do you like those year-end rankings I make around this time every year? Because I sure do. And I sure like those views. This is the part where you cut me off. 2019 was a very refreshing, intriguing year. Man, so many good songs, you wouldn't believe it. And you know, 2020 is shaping up to be a great year for music so far, and it's just February, so I'm in a very positive mood actually, and that makes me want to come clean and admit that 2019 kinda sucked a lot for the charts. In a similar way like other years were, like how in 2011 the majority of the bad songs were mostly boring, or like in 2014 where most of the hits didn't really feel relevant at all and they didn't really represent the years that well. Sure, a lot of stuff, especially by newcomers, was super exciting. Billie Eilish, Lizzo, DaBaby, Lil Nas X and others brought so many refreshing songs. And other established artists like Ariana Grande and Post Malone also released a lot of quality music. But otherwise, totally forgettable and dull. I especially did not like how the year end turned out to be. We got again so many good songs people actually cared about, like Lover, Graveyard, Highs in the Room, Hot, Balling, Earthquake, Boy With Love and such. And also other big hits that realistically could represent 2019, like Never Really Over, Memories and Lucid to Love Me, but no, they didn't make it. This is more of a Billboard problem than anything. I don't see how they're going to fix this. They've made tons of rule changes and such. But for now, I'll just complain about how I wish we didn't get stuck with so many disposable country trap rap songs, or songs from 2018 that didn't really matter at all by 2019. Oh, and of course, shit like this.
Hey, he say you all about money. Yeah, I'm on that shit there.
It just keeps being played on the radio, on malls, by my friends and family, and every time it comes on it just pisses me off. I've seen people defend him saying that at least he tried, which is more than most artists usually do on the charts, but I don't know, man. I kinda wish that he didn't try at all, that he didn't try to sing these screams of agony. A lot of acoustic guitar piano songs by white guys are usually very lazy, but at least they're not this. Sometimes laziness pays off. Speaking of which, here's a perfect example of a song that's the total opposite and still as bad. Instead of a personal songwriter ballad, it's a distant and corporate hack job. Instead of failing to show despair, it fails to show enjoyment. Instead of annoying and overwhelming, it's soulless and hollow. But ultimately, the get-up didn't have the... so I decided to give it a pass. Unblock me, you coward. I've had a large mouth pass, bust my line of... Look, I don't really listen to country music in my spare time. I like Casey, I like Stapleton, I have a couple songs from the genre in my playlist. Most of the time, if there's a country song in the top 40 though, unless people I know are talking about it a lot, I'll often miss it. I'll try to correct this entering the new decade because, man, I wish I paid more attention, because if I did, this would have been pretty high on the worst list. It is so bad. The hook is awful, the production sounds crappy as hell, and there's no salty nuance or fun in the way it talks about alcohol dependency whatsoever. I complain about Lil Combs basically repeating the same song over and over again, like Hurricane is the same as the other one about rain or something like that. I don't remember any of his songs. But I didn't ask for this cock rock anthem about beer. That's way worse than most bro country hits, to be honest. This does not work on any level. Look, Combs, you're so lucky that the other song you have right now is actually kind of decent. Otherwise, you'll be on my shit list and very low on it.
I will give you the world, baby girl.
Good guitar solos can only save an unlikable piece of shit woman biter who can sing for so long. A Boogie with a Hoodie sample Remember the Time from the Michael Jackson album Dangerous, but in actuality, it was closer to bad. The song is bad, I don't know, look back at it. Travis, Baby, please don't give this guy a second chance, please, don't put him in your songs, please.
No matter where we go.
So we got rid of Sam Hunt after the embarrassment that was Boy Like a Back Road. You want a bargain version of him?
Driven up and down the coast a few times. London, Paris, paradise.
I'd rather have 50 Florida Georgia Line hit songs at once than another fast-talking country douchebag. Okay, so get this. This rapper is called Lil Baby. This rapper is called DaBaby. What if Lil Baby and DaBaby made a song together called Baby? And they put no effort in with no real melody and a terrible monotone beat. I mean, where's the quality control here? I've come to kind of like Kane Brown recently, more on that later, and Marshmello can be decent like 1 in 20 times, so I don't completely hate him, but this is just painful. Old Town Road finally approved country could mix with rap, but it's gonna take a while to convince us that they can go with EDM. Holy shit.
Why you gotta be so heartless? I know you think it's heartless.
No, Diplo, no. Go back with Sia. This is not working.
Don't want this night to end.
This was just annoying. He's like, the Jonas can't sing at all anymore, and them trying to adopt a falsetto in every song hasn't resulted in anything but a headache. The beat sounds cheap as hell, the lyrics are surprisingly creepy, and Chorus Light is not even a good beer, I don't think.
I was born to flex. Yes.
My favorite part of this song is how the beat starts with these threatening piano keys.
Bitches all bad, my niggas all real. I ride in dick in some big tall hills.
But then throughout the most of the songs, the keys are an octave higher, so they're not training anymore at all.
What I really wanna see is the
And also those cheap mom vocals that... Please, let's live this in the 2010s.
Swervin.
It's so goddamn dull. Also 6ix9ine is hilariously bad at pictures.
Beautiful, 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 beautiful.
You guys see why I'm scared of Arizona servers blowing up, right? Mine was okay, but this just sounds so gross, creepy and bad.
The way that Gucci look on you amazing. Nothing can compare the way you naked.
Also, Camila doesn't really help. I'd say she sounds worse than ever, but she keeps one-upping herself every time I turn around in being a terrible singer. Right now, many other white frat bro douches are coming in with their own garbage trap-inspired hit songs, which are super viral on TikTok, I guess, even though no one wants to listen to them. We're living in desperate times right now.
Slipping down the hall, baby.
This is a bad, boring song, but the main reason why this is here is more because it never even reached the top 50, yet somehow made the year end, instead of many other better and more relevant hits that got caught between years or didn't earn enough points in the eyes of Billboard. We got rid of Lover and an Earthquake for this. What a waste.
This truck needs a half tank. These wheels need a 2-lane.
This man needs to retire. Look, Bryan always sounded and looked like a dad in his 40s. Now he is one, and his dumb club anthems about women don't even have energy anymore. I mean, he sounds so stupid. By the way, I did look up if he was a dad, and I found out that he's been married since 2006. He was married with 2 kids when he released Country Girl Shake It For Me 9 years ago. But that's just so... I don't even know what to say.
You got it, girl, you got it.
Honestly, I'm gonna defend Chris Brown a bit because Drake has done a lot of bad things, especially in this song, and no one is really talking about them. So I will stop only blaming Chris Brown and I will start pointing the blame towards Drake. Okay, let's go. How dare you, Drake? How dare you work with such a disgusting piece of shit human being who beat up the woman you publicly declare your love for? How dare you come on in a song with your immediately pretty voice when Chris Brown is singing like like, dude, you're trying way too hard. It is all your fault, Drake. You are so bad. I'm just so tired of these guys making the same wedding type ballads with these mediocre vocals. This one's especially bad because of the and some more. And I just don't get why they're so huge in the country scene. They're just Florida Georgia Line making what are basically Backstreet Boys songs. Okay, you know what I mean.
I'ma need some whiskey glasses.
Another song about how you don't need women when you have beer. This one's higher than the Lil Nas one just because I kinda see a hint of sorrow here.
Bust down, Thotiana. Bust down, Thotiana.
You think a rapper whose entire gimmick is being bad would be better, but alas,
Girls like you.
they're never going away.
I still see your shadows in my room.
I don't wanna talk about it.
Know you love her, but it's over, mate.
This one is reviled by a lot of my peers. To be honest, I just hate the way he says phone more than anything.
Fighting some demons, and it feel bitch I'm deep in.
Did anyone really even care about this anywhere, anyone? Apparently this was a viral hit, but I didn't know about it until it left the charts and I found out it spent like nearly 30 weeks there. I'm just confused. This sucks.
Beautiful people.
Doll, beat sucks. Ed Sheeran keeps over singing. Khalid keeps under singing. How are you gonna make a song about wishing you don't become a shallow celebrity when you make a whole album collaborated with them? It's just disappointing.
Leave me alone.
And everyone did.
Wake up with your girlfriend.
I wonder how many people have broken up with their girlfriend because of how boring this song is.
She told me put my heart in the bag.
I don't want to talk about it.
Back home smoking legal.
Alright, the other bad Drake collaboration this year. This is the least interesting Meek Mill song I've ever heard. What a terrible beat.
Todos están pendientes a ti.
Alright, the other bad Drake collaboration this year. This is the least interesting Bad Bunny song I've ever heard. What a generic beat.
Real ass bitch, give a fuck about a nigga.
Alright, the duo of rappers that were on a Drake song last year. This was just annoying. I'd almost rather have any other Lil Yachty single here. Have you heard that Sonic one? It's pretty good.
Better now, better now.
For how huge Post Malone is, a lot of his biggest hits are super forgettable. This one has a billion streams and I didn't even remember it existed at all until the year end came out. I swear to God.
Drip, what you call it?
Anyone kinda feel like Migos is on their way out? With how many rappers hot right now who copy the silent flow, it's weird how much they feel like a relic of the past more than anything. Every time I see Quavo on a song, I keep thinking how is that song is gonna be in a few years, like a featuring Ludacris or a featuring Pitbull or, let's be honest, a featuring Nicki Minaj. This was their only big song of 2019, not for lack of trying.
My back on the wall, fact, who I'ma call my family?
I guess it's better because it has like an actual hip-hop beat with an actual groove, but that beat's annoying as hell, so I don't know what the appeal of this one is. It's fine.
Pull up in a demon on guard.
I like Travis Scott. Look, this was well liked a year ago, but with time it's hard to see why. The seal drums are a strong foundation for a song. Offset's passable. Travis is good but not great, and Kodak Black is just horrible all the time, so who cares? It's a pretty weak meme too. You know, I don't think I actually like Daddy Yankee. Gasolina, legendary. His Despacito verse, up there as well. The rest of his catalog is either okay like this and Dura, or terrible like Checky Checky or Que Tire Pa'lante. Also, there's no sample slash verse isn't really as clever or good as they think it is. Billy Ray on OTR, this is not.
Look what God gave us.
I actually like the groove more than most other pop country jams, but the premise is just so ridiculous. Dear God, can you give my wife a bigger badonkadonk? Please, thank you. Passable, hazy, it's okay but not impressive.
When I taste tequila.
It's fine.
I know that I'm gone.
I've put this song so low in many of my rankings. I actually don't mind it. I don't like this music video. Also, I feel so bad that he is so young because, let's be real, we're not gonna hear from him again in a while or ever.
Felt like this before.
Khalid used to be so promising, I swear, but now he's mostly making just better again, but worse. This one is the one time he didn't just copy better again, but it's still so disappointing. I mostly blame Disclosure for this. I mean, remember Latch? Remember Magnus? Those were good ass songs, what the hell happened?
There's a rumor going round.
The rumor come out, though Sleep Rise is okay.
A rich nigga, 8-figure, that's my type.
This should have been called Middle Child, I'm bored. You have these big ass horns behind you and you sound like you're in a coma. I don't love Hot by Young Thug either, but the low tempo delivery there works better. I feel like you're walking in slow motion in front of a fire. Middle Child sounds like you fell asleep in traffic and
I just poured my cup.
I like this sonically. It's a total ripoff of Down by Jay Sean, but hell, I think it sounds even better than Down by Jay Sean. But man, it is so corny and basic. Ooh, look at me, I'm crazy, I'm psycho, I'm poisoning guys, ripping their shirts and committing murder. Somebody stop me! Even though she sounds like every other basic generic pop star that keeps simulating music that was big 10 years ago. Bad guy, this is not.
When I die, put my money in the grave.
It's okay. The line, when I die, put my money in the grave is so stupid, but he makes it sound so cool, so... When I'm in a good mood, it sounds romantic and sweet. When I'm not, it sounds annoying. I'm not often in a good mood when this comes on, so... In 2019, I came to the conclusion that Marshmello straight up killed EDM in the US, or at least it felt like it. And it all started with this song that wouldn't leave the top of the dance charts for over a year. It stayed at #1 of the dance charts for 69 weeks, which is nice, I guess. And was only recently dethroned by that Black Eyed Peas J Balvin song, which doesn't even count. Everyone wanted to be in the club in the early 2010s, and the dance chart was huge up until the late 2010s, because now it just feels more irrelevant and safe than everything in the mainstream. And this song is pretty much how it went out, as a wet fart in the form of the synths that he always uses for every single one of his hits. Just disgusting. The song's okay though. Too vapid and cheap for me to fully enjoy, but hey, it's kind of catchy at times, so better than most hits this year. Now, before we get to the rest of the list, since we're halfway through, let's get into a sponsor. It's Audible. Except it's not, because I don't have sponsors. I'll never have sponsors. Not because I don't want sponsors, because I won't be big enough to have a sponsor. I just wanted the live chat. Where would it be here or here? I don't think here. I'll reverse the footage if it's the other way around. I just want the live chat to catch up, because I bet they're talking about stuff that doesn't matter and doesn't have anything to do with what I'm saying. They probably missed the Audible joke. Oh well. I never got this song. I tried. One day I did. In the car ride, I was feeling it a lot. It finally clicked with me. Finally understood what everyone else had been saying in this goddamn song. Hey, wait a minute, this synth sounds terrible. I will never get this song.
Real ass nigga give a fuck about a bitch.
This song was amazing for like the first week it came out, which was the last week of August, the worst time to release a summer single. It just never felt the same after that. Also funny that the samples act up from earlier.
Real ass bitch, give a fuck about a nigga. Real ass bitch.
No, she got it lit.
It's just, we have another loyalty 24 karat magic situation, and it's so fascinating. But I wish both songs were as good as those, so pass. I feel like most of the shortcomings this has aren't that grand, although it has probably the clunkiest collection of lyrics Taylor's ever written. If you listen to it as a regular pop song, it's decent.
Some moment when I show up, God, I'm saying wow.
No, I don't think so. It's more like a huh or an okay kind of moment, you know. It's not that remarkable. Another no tears left to cry situation where it should have been great, but something's really off. I think I sort of get why I'm not fully on board with this one though. I don't think I like the production that much. I do like that we have more hit songs about society though, so good job, just not for me.
They do anything for clout.
This would be a pretty good song about people who chase clout if it wasn't made by Offset and Cardi B, who have spent the last 2 years making headlines for the wrong reasons.
I'm a sucker for
Even after a year of disliking the Jonas Brothers, I can't say I hate this, to be honest. It has enough popisms for me to overlook its flaws, and they actually sing good for once, so it's fine.
it's true. I'm a sucker.
Yeah, this grew on me, although what the hell is this doing on the list? It didn't have that much longevity, did it? Did it really last this long in public memory to make 2-year-end lists?
I am a menace, keep me a rage, I like tennis.
This one's just funny. I don't know, it's funny. I like it.
Pop out at your party.
It's pretty good, I like it, but I struggle to say what makes it better than most rap songs, honestly. So,
And you'll be left in the dust.
considering this is one of the biggest songs of all time now, does this mean Miles Morales is kind of a normie?
I want it, I got it, I want it.
Oh no, it's so despicable and mean, it kinda goes back to being enjoyable again. It's a perfect villain song, maybe we should sample theater musicals more often. Speaking of villain songs though,
I got murder on my mind.
I suppose that this individual really did display the desire to commit an unlawful premeditated killing of a human being in his brain. I mean, wow, this song is so powerful, it's not perfect, I don't like the last verse, and I'm kinda grossed out by it becoming a hit after he actually committed murder, but it really works, and I'm grossed out by that, I don't like that, but okay, it happened. 2019 was such a bad year. Anyways, to follow that up, I just had to have them back to back, you know, it is so funny to me. Also, I just realized, this is technically a K-pop song. No wonder the internet hated it. I didn't like the album the same name, but after how good Easier, Teeth, and Who Do You Love were, I went back to this song and think I like it more now. It's a solid pop rock tune. Maybe 5 seconds of summer are growing on me, I don't know. Put spelling this phone back, you fucking cowards.
I don't care.
Speaking of duets people who really hate it for some reason, there's this. It's good.
Started off as close friends.
I think Lil Baby is growing on me recently. I especially love the Ghana verse though, it is so deep, man.
This is God's country.
This one is really good, but I had the feeling that the wrong kind of people are going to gravitate towards it, even though it's not really even that political. Also, Blake Shelton making a song as grand and traditional and not bro-ish totally feels like a Todd Phillips making Joker move to me, so... I actually grew to like this song a lot throughout the year, but then Halsey's new record Manic came out and it kind of makes it a lot worse, mainly because it doesn't really fit in the album at all. And now that she has much better breakup singles like Graveyard and You Should Be Sad, this seems kind of pointless, which is a shame because it's really solid and overheated. In 2018, I used to think that this was a good Cardi B song, bogged down by Bunny and Balvin's OK Uninspired verses. Now I think this is a good Bad Bunny and J Balvin song, bogged down by Cardi's OK Uninspired verse. Everything changes, but nothing changes.
There's something in the way you roll your eyes.
Pink has become an increasingly relevant artist throughout the decade, and basically every single one of her singles since 2010 has sounded the exact same and been about the same thing, had the same feeling of, whoa, I'm the best, we should try, they should care about us, and we are the outliers, we're the chosen ones, we're the warriors, and it's been tiring and disappointing. There's no edge to her. Sometimes she has a good one in her though. This has the same pleasant feeling other Nate Ruess songs from years ago like Carry On had. They was played a lot on the radio and it was always a nice experience. I like this one.
Yeah.
Have you seen those fan-made guides that people do so that you can see what album you should listen to first to get into an artist's discography? Shook feels like the starting point of one of those, like, someone asks you who DaBaby is, this is the perfect first impression. It totally should have been Walker Texas Ranger though. I've been thinking what should I say about this song for like 10 minutes. Like, do I compare it to other Shawn Mendes hits? Do I say it's okay? Do I ask, oh, do you remember this song? Because I didn't. Do I call Shawn Mendes hot? Because he is.
Baby, how you feeling?
Wake up every day here in this bed.
This year I came to realize that country is a very ooh I love my wife genre. I don't like it when Dan and Shay do it, I tolerate it when Thomas Rhett does it. But this was actually a really good ballad, but which is odd since I thought I didn't like Kane Brown, but this is really sweet. I don't know if this is legitimately good or if I just miss Adele. this was already kind of a guilty pleasure song, and then this happened, and
Meet me at the London.
this song has both the same strengths and flaws as CC. A good Travis Scott hook, but overall every performer feels like they're in on a completely different song and it's distracting. Unlike CC, this one's actually really good. There's a lot to like here. Tickle, surprisingly fun. The Travis Scott hook is even better. There's a good sense of atmosphere, and I even like the flute beat, which you guys know I don't really care about flute beats, but this one is stellar. If Young Thug's verse was a little bit more focused, this could have been much higher, but this is still really good.
How do you sleep when you lie to me?
I'm happy Sam Smith can finally make the music that they like and not be locked into the stigma of being a boring piano balladeer. They're like a completely different person now, it's so amazing. That shit's still annoying though. Trampoline is a very good song. Good beat, good performer, surprisingly interesting subject matter, but there is one problem. Trampoline by Zayn is one of the worst hit songs of the last 5 years. And guess which version the radio plays all the time? Just take a wild guess.
As I'm looking up,
Him sucks so much, and not only are his parts bad, they're so bad that they make the parts without him sound bad even if he's not in them. It's as dreadful as people make the Bieber remix of Bad Guy out to be, and it's left a bad taste on my mouth and a lot of Zayn stands in my mentions, so a tier lower it goes. We waited what? 7 years for Ellie Goulding to have another good hit? Holy shit. Props to this one for looping the melody around cohesively instead of just repeating the title of the song over and over and over for a hook. I am not kidding, every single Ellie Goulding hit since Like has done that, and I hate it.
let it burn, 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 burn. We gonna let it burn.
What a grower of a song, it gets better and better every year. Again, it's pretty much the Starbucks version of Closer, and that's the coffee. The last time I talked about this song and said that this hook is awesome, catchy and layered thanks to that vocal effect and that melody, someone pointed out that this is sample from a Nirvana song. Like, I know that, I'm not stupid. For the record, I think I like this hook more than In Blooms, to be honest. So maybe I am stupid.
You can get the biggest Chanel back in the store if you want it.
That guitar beat is so gorgeous, and in this day and age I wish every rap collaboration was as dynamic as this. Man, Lil Baby kind of did grow on me this year. Kinda still boring though.
Haters, I mirrored your style. I study the greats, I'm the greatest right now.
This is just super cute. Recently her bops has sounded dark and gloomy, and her happier songs are more low-key and small, so the fact that she made such a nice, positive banger, it's cool, it's cute, it's very sweet.
Bitch, I'm a star, got these niggas wishing.
Remember in 2016 and 2017 where a lot of kids would be missing music videos, leading us to believe that they were a dying art form? Or maybe that was just me. Yeah, lately this has been rectified. This has been the only song in the year end without an official music video. Imagine how insane it would have been, like holy shit, this song kills. Actually, while I was editing this video, I decided to do a bit of research and see why it didn't have a video, and it turns out that Hype Williams was gonna direct one and it didn't come out for some reason, but it had this trailer and holy shit, what a waste. Like holy shit, that would have been so awesome.
Say it, spit it out.
Probably the most unconventional pop hit since Redbone. And just like it is creepy as hell, even more so. I just feel like I need to listen to some Lauren Daigle after this, just to balance things out.
I want you out of my head.
Give it up to the Underdog Post Malone single, which did what no other Post Malone single has done in a while. Not be massive as fuck, but honestly, it's as, if not more powerful. I even like the Young Thug verse, it's super nostalgic.
Can you not turn off the TV? I'm watching it fight.
She watching that oxygen. I'm watching ESPN.
I drink till I'm drunk, smoke till I'm high.
Okay guys, I honestly don't get the hate at this point. I adore this beat so much. It reminds me of a platformer water level and so relaxing. Bruno has never sounded cooler and smoother, honestly. He's not trying too hard and he feels the vibe so well. I almost want him to never ever do Pastiche and keep doing this instead. Also, when I said it's a shame about the whole featuring Collab Black thing, it's not a shame that he's bad. Because he's not. He's pretty good in the song and that's a shame. Fitness should get way more credit than he does. This production is immaculate and perfect in every way. The more I think about it, it makes sense how it won Song of the Year at the Grammys. It's just, I think I like it for the wrong reasons because everyone talks about how menacing and commanding she is. But I love this song for how not that it is. I think the daring part is more the fact that she was a teenager who wanted to make a bassy, dorky song about seducing your dad and went along with it without a care. That's just bold. Although, if we want to talk about other bold hits by teenagers, there's the other Song of the Year.
Horses in the bag.
You know what, Lil Nas X? Congratulations. I can't tell you nothing except congratulations. You were a broke teenager, uploaded your tracks on SoundCloud at the beginning of 2019. A year later, you're a Grammy-winning icon, performing with big acts like the original Nas and BTS on national television, with a seemingly unbeatable Billboard record thanks to a now legendary remix. Now let's see if the box beats it. Now we're getting into the best list stuff, so let's breeze through this a bit. One of the best breakout songs in her career and of all time that barely feels like one thanks to the focus on herself instead of the excess, and a decent tribute to Mac Miller. An amazing anthem for So Love, I adore it. An incredible power ballad which totally deserved the Oscar. Totally deserved the Oscar.
Nothing feels better.
Nothing is gonna be better than this for Khalid. This is such a meta song. Okay, does this turn out to be the bigger LMA hit over Boot Up? Maybe it's just me because I play it all the time, it's so great. I think that's what makes it stand out against Boot Up. The hook there was ultimately awkward and weird. In Trip, it's so smooth you don't even notice it come in. Standout track, I hope LMA gets more success this decade. I really like her. It's just a super lovable jam and I wish I put it on the list proper. It improves on every single listen to the point where my only complaint I have it's a 2-second part where the momentum from the first hook stops way too abruptly and it hits you with the echo. But it's a minor complaint. I even saw some people defend the echo. It is that minuscule. It's a great song.
Look what you made me do.
I have so many disagreements with Mark from Spectrum Pulse, but he called this diet emotional oranges, and that is 100% right and a huge compliment. I cannot say anything better than that.
How much money you got? A lot.
I don't think most people will relate with every single one of the problems Mr. 21 Savage shares here, but I mean shit. In this day and age, we've all gone through a lot, so it's great that we now have a song about it. Wish it didn't want to make us pray for Tekashi 69, but it's the price to pay for a cool J. Cole verse.
Out like a light, like a light.
It's just, it's still so damn epic, bro. I mean, it's so amazing, man. Most people put this at number 1 on their list, and honestly, like, duh. It's not the best song Billie has made, it's not even her best hit, Foreshadowing, but it's the one that proves she deserves to be such a big star, and she's here to stay, and she's won many Grammys that she totally deserves, and she's also the James Bond theme, and she's only 18, like, holy shit. Holy crap, no. It's so overwhelming. She's so fucking good. She's so good. She's so good. And that's the list. Overall, it's just the same old stuff as always. They all are the same. Every year is the same. There's good songs, there are bad songs, and unless it's like 2017 where there were like 50 great songs, it's always gonna be nearly the same. Nearly the same amount of good, bad, and mediocre. I'm sorry, I don't know what to tell you. This is the score. Except it's not. It's a random number I pulled out of my ass. Except it isn't. It is a score. Or is it? Who cares? It's just a number. It's just a fucking number. I don't know how to end videos anymore.